All right, welcome back to Problem Solver Politics. I am your host, Cardin Ellis, with Cody the Oracle.
Hey, everybody.
And in case you're wondering how Michael Bloomberg spends his $1 to $3 million a day on social media and political advertising, we found where a good chunk of that's going to, and apparently it's going to Meme 2020. Not only does he plan to buy his way onto the debate stage, but he is going to purchase his way into every single social media platform that you have with the help of three of the biggest memers, all right, of the 21st century. I'm still wrapping my head around this myself. So, Cody, could you please tell us what on earth is going on?
I'll do my best because it is weird. It's hard to follow all the money. But anyway, I want to go back. I'm going to show one of my favorite images of the 2020 election so far. Admittedly, this doesn't have anything directly to do with what we're going to be talking about, but I'll never miss a moment to show this image. And this is posted during the December debate, I believe. Team Bloomberg, Mike 2020, test your political knowledge, spot the meatball that looks like Mike. For those of you who can't see, it would be the bottom meatball. That is the one that indeed looks like Mike. Very, very bizarre. So anyway, Michael Bloomberg.
But this wasn't made by the new crew. Who's the new crew that he's hired?
That's what I want to get into. So apparently Michael Bloomberg realized this wasn't going to cut it. So instead, Michael Bloomberg is now signed on. And I guess we'll go through the whole thing. So for some of you guys that are more active on Instagram, you might have been seeing some of these if you follow some of the bigger meme accounts. I mean, seriously, like some of the biggest meme reposting accounts. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with Instagram, basically they're accounts that they kind of work as aggregates for the most part. Yeah. People send them memes, they grab memes.
Like Men's Humor, it has like 10 different hilarious memes the guys would like. Yeah,
I believe generally speaking what they'll do is they'll have like the kind of watermarked tag of whoever sent them and they'll post them. Or they'll steal them, I don't know. Either way, very influential. So Michael Bloomberg is working with Instagram meme influencers with millions of followers to help promote the presidential campaign in paid posts. Now that's interesting. So first of all, we'll go into these things second, but let's go into this first. Here it is. So the details. Bloomberg's campaign is working with Meme 2020, a company created by Mike Perzicki, the chief executive of the meme media and marketing company Jerry Media. So Bloomberg has sponsored posts on multiple accounts with more than 1 million followers, including Jerry Media's account with more than 13.3 million followers.
Jeez.
The posts fake direct messages of the candidate, asking Instagram influencers to help make him the cool candidate. Some users were unsure if their posts were legitimate or a coordinated joke from the meme accounts. They're legitimate and paid. Now, they do have some statements here, I believe, from a campaign ad. So it says, we're trying to be innovative with how we're translating the campaign messages and social, trying to do it how the internet actually works, in aid to the Bloomberg campaign, told the New York Times. Tweeting from @MikeBloomberg is a very 2008 strategy. Quote, the way Trump's campaign is run is extremely social first. We're trying to break the mold in how the Democratic Party works with marketing, communication, and advertising, and do it in a way that's extremely internet and social native. Now, we were talking before, someone who has kind of been on the internet for a while, and I will consider myself a little bit of I know a little about memes here and there. I will say there's one thing I do know about memes, and it doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter how hard you try.
So this is Cody's rule of memology number one.
I'm just saying, for years, I've heard the same thing. You can't force a meme. Something either is a joke. I mean, it's basically like, it's kind of the way of saying, you know how it's like if you have to explain the joke, it isn't funny? If you have to force the meme, it isn't a meme. Like, by definition, we kind of use it to define, like, almost like it's like something that takes on a life of its own. This isn't it. So here's where we're going. Here's a couple of them I'll show. This is posted by Tank Sinatra with 2.3 million followers on the platform. It says, Mr. Tank, I've been waiting for a meme for so long that I learned how to make memes myself in Photoshop. What do you think of this one? And then a badly edited Bernie Sanders meme. I will give him this. That's a legitimate meme format. So they caught on to that. However, and if you can see, it's a fake DM from Michael Bloomberg. We can see here from Grape Juice Boys. It says, hello, Juice Boys. Can you post an original meme to make me look cool for the upcoming Democratic primary? They actually have a fake response. I don't think so, TBH. Your vibe is kind of off. He said, I put Lamborghini doors on the Escalade, and they said, what? I do like how they actually included in the post, paid for by @Mike Bloomberg. See, it's working with you, right? So they, many meme account followers.
But I put Lamborghini doors on the Escalade.
But there is, the last thing I want to touch on is that there was a lot of people that really did not like to see this. Users, wow, big surprise. A bunch of followers and meme accounts on Instagram weren't happy to see a billionaire buy campaign ad space on their, like, it is so tone deaf to me, and I think an example of why this might not work for him to do something like that, like, obviously no one's going to like this. Now, one more thing I want to show, though.
Except for other people that want to get in on the grift, dude.
Yeah, but there's one more media strategy, internet strategy Michael Bloomberg has. And that's the last thing I want to show you guys. And this is it. So, Michael Bloomberg recently has had a fairly large controversy swirling around him mostly talking about his stance on the stop and frisk policy. Now, it had been the policy of Bloomberg News to not investigate Mike Bloomberg or any of his Democratic rivals during the primary, since he still owns Bloomberg News. They actually run a pretty prominent disclaimer at the bottom of many articles saying, full disclosure, Michael Bloomberg owns us and is running for president. However, they seemed to break this mold the other day when they run this article.
It only took him, what, 2 weeks?
Seeks to move about they'll give him 3 months. Bloomberg seeks to move past stop and frisk controversy. I love this first line. Former New York mayor says comments don't reflect how he lives. There's some great stuff in here. I don't want to go too far on this, but we can do a whole video on it. But one of my favorite things is right here. Where is it? Oh, sorry. I want to give this up where they have it set up. Here we go. On Thursday, the campaign released a new television ad touting Bloomberg's support for black-owned businesses. They go on to mention some other stuff about things that Bloomberg released, and the Bloomberg campaign declined to comment. They released statements. He owns the freaking paper. Like, they're really acting like, oh, we gleaned some info from a Michael Bloomberg ad he posted. He owns this. Like, they really can't just pick up the phone and ask the guy who owns the paper when they're running their phony BS deflection piece for him what he has to say. I mean, it's like so transparent.
So
I really think, oh wait, a press release by the campaign. It's like, oh my, come on, get over yourself.
This is my question though. Where are all the angry young progressives and bloggers, and where is CNN? Where is MSNBC screaming for an emoluments clause, screaming for a divestiture clause, saying, I mean, if Trump can't have his hotels while running for president, why should Bloomberg be able to have his newspaper? You know what I'm saying?
I thought you could while you're running. You just can't while you've already won.
Well, you're right. It's once you become an elected office. But he had his newspaper while he was the mayor of New York, right?
Well, I mean, it is customary to maybe step down from like transfer ownership.
Well, that wasn't good enough for all these people with Trump, man. That's what Trump did, but it wasn't good enough for.
Okay, hey, well then maybe that's what. But anyway, I want to show this is a tweet from a Miss Mandy Statmiller. Full disclosure, is a Yang supporter. But to get to your point, where are all these journalists? Well, perhaps this is an issue. Mike Bloomberg allegedly is paying journalists $6,000 a month to consult with him. Michael Bloomberg is literally like the mafia boss when it comes to how he spends his money. Where Michael Bloomberg does this thing where he doesn't ask for favors, man. He just says, "Hey, I'll give you $40,000." How does $6,000 a month for consulting fees cost? I wonder if you were to write bad things about Michael Bloomberg, if you might say, you know what, I think I want to end our business relationship. We don't need your consulting anymore. So anyway, I mean, this is to go along with the confirmed reports that he's paying, canvassers, $6,000 a month to canvass. I mean, like, it really is. And this is to go along with another report I saw today saying that Michael Bloomberg is basically buying up all the campaign staff so other campaigns can't staff. They can't pay people to be in their campaign staff because they all work for Michael Bloomberg. Aides,
dude, I'm wondering, we are going to get inundated in California with Michael Bloomberg memes because of the passing of AB5. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but the California legislature,
it's a really good point.
In order to protect freelancers, said they can only take, what is it? I think it's, actually, I'm going to look this up right here.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay, so under the state's landmark labor law, AB5, which goes into effect January 1st, news outlets can publish
pieces per year from an individual freelance writer.
Yeah, and dude, if you're a sports writer that works for the local newspaper, you know what I'm saying? And on a Friday night, you go watch the girls varsity, the boys varsity, and then the JV volleyball and track meet in a 4-hour period. You're going to write 4 pieces along with maybe a funny political cartoon or whatever piece. Like, that's 5 freelance pieces that a single mom or, a second job dad or just an enthusiastic part-timer college student who's paying for college by writing for a local newspaper. Dude, in one day, you can pump out 5 pieces. I had friends that were writing literally hundreds of pieces per month because a piece can literally be just a couple of paragraphs. These aren't BuzzFeed articles, right? But our government has literally capped in order to protect the worker, which makes absolutely no sense. Okay, how many pieces per year they're able to do? Man, they could write 35 pieces in a month.
Well, how about this too?
So now you have all these starving journals, just like she says, who that's just one gig, and a meme's virtually untraceable. So Californians are starving because of government mandated ceilings put on how much they can work, I guarantee you the social media companies are going to be tapping in California.
Here's the thing, like I said, according to this, and I believe it, he's paying people to consult. You don't have to do anything to consult. You can be a consultant
That's one gig.
that sits in on a conference call once a month, and you get $6,000 a month for it because you're consulting my campaign. I mean, there's a lot of ways to legally bribe people. Bloomberg's got really good. We'll do another video about how he does it. He's gotten very good at the legal bribes. How about this is a legal bribe? I donate $2 million to your campaign in 2018. You win, and then you endorse me in 2020. Matt, what about that? He doesn't have to. There's no quid pro quo. He doesn't say anything. It's just when it comes down to who I'm going to endorse for president, maybe it will be that nice man from New York who gave me $2 million to run for Congress. Maybe that is who I endorse for president. Maybe when I'm thinking about who I want to write nice articles about. Man. When I'm, yeah, exactly. But maybe I'm trying to figure out who I want to write nice articles about when I'm a journalist. Maybe it's that nice little man that gives me $6,000 a month to consult for him. Like, it's just, he's throwing his money around, and I did not think.
You know what birthed NBC's television, bro, in the 60s and 70s? The fact that they paid once a week. I actually have sitting in a box back here. You remember the old original Batman, Cody? Where Adam West would say, "What do we do, Batman? Oh, they're coming for us! Smash, pow,
Burt
bang!"
Ward would say, "What do we do, Batman?"
What do we say?
Burt Ward would say, "What do we do, Batman?"
Okay, yes, Burt Ward would say it, and then Adam West would start, smashing people, and you'd see the bam, the smack, the pow, right? Well, those bam, smacks, and pows, okay, were done with actual lead titles that used to be done, used to make the titles on silent films by a special effects house here that closed down in the 70s and 80s. And the guy that was the original cameraman for the title house back in like the silent film days was one of my customers. And as a gift, because he was starting to get like, really progressive terminal illnesses, and he really liked me. And one day he set me aside. He says, "You're into movies, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, look, I want you to have these." And he gave me the original die that were used to make the smash, pow, and bang Adam West thingies, and he was melting down the others to make bullets for his son who was a sheriff, right? So anyway, crap, where was I going with this story, Cody?
I don't know. We went Adam West, we went NBC,
Oh yeah, the reason why, and he worked for NBC for a long time, and he said the reason why I ended up shifting to NBC after the title house closed was because they were the only place that would pay once a month. Everybody knew once a week. Everybody knew they paid less, but they always paid on time and you could support your family on it. So he's like, him and 7 or 8 of his cameraman buddies stopped working for the other big places because, your check would get delayed 3 weeks or a month. And, you don't have enough money to sue for it. Besides, you don't want to sue or else then they don't want to hire you again, NBC was literally able to suck up all of these really good employees because they simply just paid a moderately decent wage once a week. So, dude, Michael Bloomberg could suck up an army of freelancers.
All kinds of stuff. How about this
for $6,000 a month?
But this is beyond that. It's just weird to me that we've already gotten to the point where I'm going to show you guys. This is one of the meme accounts that is issuing paid campaign material for Michael Bloomberg. I just want to show you guys, these aren't accounts that are like big political accounts. Like the meme before and after the Bloomberg one, this is a grab about this. Movie theater employees hate this simple life hack, putting, a Burberry bag with spaghetti in it. And then you have this wrestling meme I think is funny, not really all about wrestling, but you see something like, it's apolitical, goofy nonsense, and then suddenly it's like, oh yeah, by the way, Bloomberg 2020. It is really bizarre. I didn't think we'd already be here. You know what? We were talking about should Andrew Yang have embraced more stuff like this. I'm kind of glad he didn't go this route. Like this is cringe. You know what I mean? Where it's like,
you didn't like that I put Lamborghini doors on the Escalade?
I know, but I think it's out of place in a very apolitical. I mean, these guys are basically just meme aggregators. It's just goofy, funny stuff. Oh, you should put, pasta in your designer bag. And, oh, Papa John's didn't actually eat 40 pizzas in 30 days. And all of a sudden it's like, by the way, vote Bloomberg 2020. Like, it's really weird, is it not?
Gosh. Well, yes and no. I would say yes if they were totally apolitical before them. But at the same time, there is the argument that honestly the Washington Post kind of used against the Covington boys. You know what I'm saying? That once something becomes famous enough that it becomes... Like Bloomberg was already a celebrity and a public figure. He was already a celebrity and a public figure. So a meme account that usually makes fun of celebrities and public figures could be justified in adding it to the repertoire. I mean, it's not... really hard to see.
That's the latest political meme I found on this page. I like, it's pretty apolitical stuff, dude. Like, all of a sudden having like literal paid ads from a candidate for president is weird.
Well, look, I mean,
maybe
but
I'm
at
wrong,
least
but
it
this is
establishes what
political
the
as a
price
cut.
of meme 2020 is.
Yeah, well,
Like, apparently everybody's got a price, and I wouldn't want to do it. Like, on our show, we've basically said no. I mean, I'm not trying to
about
brag
this?
because we've been offered very few sponsorships.
Well, look at this.
But,
I mean, is this
we've said no
politics?
to pretty much all of them because we don't want that to taint any kind of perception of what our thought process and analysis is. So we've avoided it. But I don't know. Would I say yes to $1 million? Maybe not from Bloomberg, but
Not from no, because I think you get one. I don't like Bloomberg. Even though $1 million is a lot of money, I don't think he would do it though. It's kind of one of those goofy things. Like, oh, would you do X for $50 billion? Like,
would you do 3 things of ecstasy if there was a 10% chance of death? You know, for $10 million. You know, like they're the hypotheticals that you'll never actually have an opportunity.
Hey, don't threaten me with a good time. But I'm just trying to say that like it is weird to see. I don't want to get too lost in this. I'm just saying I just happened to do a cursory look, and I was like, maybe it's something that's a little bit more like but not really. I mean, there's some basic stuff. So it's really weird to see. Again, this isn't just a meme making fun of a candidate. They have that. It's a paid campaign ad from the campaign itself. That is what's weird to me. And I have to say, I really don't want to see a future where
Do you think it's going to work?
No, people don't like it. I can show you the comments. I can go.
Yeah, but
people
Cody,
don't like it.
You are so much more media and computer savvy. I mean, come on, we're watching videos where a lady's freaking out when she figures out that Pete Buttigieg is gay. You know what I'm saying? And apparently she's been a, quote, huge supporter. I don't know how you could be a huge supporter of Pete Buttigieg without realizing it, because it's like one of the top 3 things anybody ever talks about with the guy. You know what I'm saying? But the average person just doesn't talk politics all the time and is not completely in the know. So it could very much potentially come across as just like good-natured humor, and you see it as the buy-off, but maybe the average American doesn't, and it works.
I mean, I unfortunately, it's hard to pull up the Instagram comments on my computer instead of on a mobile device. A lot of people were saying stuff along the lines of like, what is this? This is ridiculous. Is this real? I can't believe you guys are actually doing this. Like, you're really gonna shill for Bloomberg of all people, dude. Oh God, I wish we weren't on. I don't know. Have you ever seen the movie? Malibu's Most Wanted?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, Malibu's Most Wanted.
Is it cool in Gen Z? Probably haven't. Dang it.
Not really Gen Z. It's older than that. There's a scene where they come up with the young guy comes up with a slogan for his father's campaign. I wish I could repeat it on this channel, but I would say we're kind of at that point with Bloomberg already. Again, I don't want to go Bloomberg crazy, but I just thought this was really, really bizarre. I didn't think we'd already see any candidate, not Bloomberg's, any candidate leaning on meme accounts and buying them out. That's crazy to me. I would rather pay people behind the scenes to make new ones and get them traction, just buying out the biggest ones. But I guess, hey, when you have money to buy anything, why not?
Okay. Yeah, I don't see. Dang it, I see a bunch of movie quotes, but it's not the.
Bill Gluckman is down with the B's and H's, I guess you could say.
That is awesome.
But I feel like we're at that point in the Bloomberg stage already.
Dude, this is when you know he's just straight up purchasing, not clout, but just straight up purchasing it. If he can get into a rap song, if he could just straight up pay
I'm sure he will.
top
That's
3 rapper.
Yeah.
Okay, not just some obscure dude, you know, who's pumping CDs down on Houston Street. Okay. But we're talking if he can get a top 40s hit person to weave him straight up into a song like they used to do Donald Trump, but just straight up just say, I need it this week and I'll pay you. And, you know, if 50 comes out with something, if Eminem does, actually Eminem would like revolt against that, but who knows, maybe 50 would, I don't know. I don't know these people personally, but if he could get one of them.
I would lose so much respect for 50 Cent if he did a music video for Michael Bloomberg, and I'm a big 50 fan. I would be very upset if he did that.
You'd be really disappointed.
Oh, big time.
It's like your parents when they don't say, I'm not angry, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, Bloomberg,
you know?
Come on, I ain't better than that.
Okay, so you don't think it will work?
No, I don't. I think young people don't want some weird old billionaire guy to buy their meme accounts and take sponsored memes on there. Like, no, young people don't want this. It doesn't make any sense. Why would I follow on a political meme account? Why would I? What would be my motivation for actively seeking out apolitical spaces on the internet? Could it possibly be I don't want to be inundated with campaign ads? Could that possibly be why I'm seeking apolitical spaces? I don't know. I mean, I don't have too much more to say about this. I just thought it was a funny, weird
here's
story.
My last question. How then do you respond? How then do you respond to the fact that he has bought his way into third place? All of these things, like Andrew Yang said,
hold on,
there's some things that can't be purchased. And then what do you know? His ability to make it onto the debate stage literally was purchased because Tom Perez changed the rules
but one
for
thing,
him.
hold on. Remember, Biden was the front runner literally until the moment we started counting his votes. Bloomberg is where he is until the first day he's on a ballot. Now, I will say, he honestly had, I think, a couple thousand write-in votes in New Hampshire where he hasn't even campaigned. I'm not saying underestimate him. I'm just saying, like, the polls say one thing. Until he actually turns out results, they're just polls. Remember, Biden literally, I think if you look, I hate using the word literally so much, but like figuratively, if you look at the graph, it's like, here is Biden, the front runner. The first day he's on a real ballot, boom, it's over. I mean, like, they can kind of, you can kind of pump yourself up so much, but at a certain time, you got to hit the field. And when you do, we'll see what happens.
Okay, because, I mean, so many people said so many things, can't be done, and brushed them off about Trump in 2016. Yet every single one of them he managed to do.
But he wasn't bribing meme accounts.
Exactly. Now, most of that was actually personality-based and policy-based. People said, oh, you can't just say build a wall. And he says, I just did, and guess what? It worked. Oh, you can't just say lock her up. I just did, and it worked. So most of the things where he defied the orthodoxy and the norm was because of his use of social media and Twitter and not giving credence to the mainstream media, literally skipping debates to go have events for the vets and everything. So his widespread unorthodoxy was mostly media and personality based. Bloomberg actually kind of has the personality of a politician. Okay. And we're going to see if his financial unorthodoxy will disprove the norm. Does that make sense? And the reason why I'm open to this is because 2016, man.
Like I said, you literally can't force a meme. If people aren't having Bloomberg, it doesn't matter how much money you spend. I mean, the same way, you can't buy the White House.
But you can force a joke. Dads do it all the time, and they say puns when nobody was expecting a joke, and everybody groans, and they call it a dad joke.
Do people gather around and demand you tell more? No. Do people, as soon as you leave, they go, good, I'm glad that was over.
Hey, not my dad jokes.
Just saying, dude. No one's gathering around to beg Bloomberg to do this. I just think, like I said, we'll see when the names come in the ballot. I just didn't think we'd already be getting to the point where random meme accounts are shamelessly shilling for Michael Bloomberg. I didn't think we'd get there before Super Tuesday, yet here we are.
Okay. So anyway, let us know what you guys think about the media that's coming out with Michael Bloomberg. We know a lot of people have said that they've been seeing his ads on our channel. Let us know what you think. If you like them, that first one that me and Cody showed, I'd say 3 weeks ago, was pretty compelling. The one where he was saying, Trump's out here campaigning, but none of the Democrats are. We thought that was actually one of the better political ads of the cycle. So let us know what you guys think about this Bloomberg content and be unbiased about it. I mean, you can hate Bloomberg while simultaneously recognizing he's putting out good stuff, or you can like him while recognizing that maybe his ads aren't compelling. So just let us know what you guys think in the comments below about Bloomberg stuff. If you haven't had a chance, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at PSP Radio 1, Instagram, Problem Solver Politics, or if you can, join the channel. It's a cheap way to support these videos, and we avoid corporate sponsorships that way. This is Problem Solver Politics. We'll see you guys in the next video.